Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today is a very wet and a miserable day. It's slamming it down. It has been all night. It will be doing all day. And it's the day that I am taking our car to go and be fixed. The other day, Friday, last week, I drove the car to, as a catch-up for everyone, drove the car to uni, and on the way it started misfiring. I think it's misfiring anyway, where it just kind of like starts to stutter and it seems to be down on power, like it's running on like fewer cylinders and all that kind of stuff. So I brought it back home and I ended up longboarding to university and stuff. And anyway, since then, I tried to get it into the garage on Saturday, couldn't get through to them. Tried to get it in yesterday, they were fully booked. I've got my car's booked in today at 9 o'clock-ish, at like just after 9. So at 9 o'clock I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive it over to the garage. The garage is quite a distance away from me. I shouldn't really like pick a garage that's on the other side of Bristol, but it's a really good garage and they're really good to me. I like them. So I'm heading over there, dropping off the car. But then I'm carless on the other side of Bristol in the rain, and it's really hot weather as well. That's the problem. It's like really fucking hot. So it's not really coat weather. So if I go out, it's going to be a case of wearing my coat and no hoodie, because otherwise it's going to be too hot. It's going to be a horror. I'm not looking forward to it, basically. And I don't have an umbrella because I lost it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive over there with my university bag. Or some stuff in it anyway, I'm not taking lunch or anything. Try and find an umbrella. I'm going to try and go to Sainsbury's, because it's near Sainsbury's in Clifton. Go to Sainsbury's, see if I can get myself a umbrella, a nice umbrella. Because the last one I got from House of Fraser and it was really good. I don't want to buy just a cheap shit umbrella, I want to buy an umbrella. So I'm going to try and pick that up, and then I'm going to head over to University of Bristol Library. I'm going to go and do some work in there and basically wait for them to finish fixing up my car. Because I only think it's spark plugs. Touch wood. I only think it's spark plugs, which in theory is a quick job. And I shouldn't have to wait for parts, I shouldn't have to wait for anything like that. It should literally be done relatively quickly, assuming they've got time for it. So I'm hoping to get it back by midday, in which case I can come back here and then have lunch. Which lunch is friggin' leftover Domino's pizzas, motherfuckers. That's my plan. I'm going to do some washing up and then I'm going to get ready to leave. I'm trying to dodge the traffic, which is why I don't want to go at 9. I don't want to go for 9 because I'm going to try and dodge the nightmare that is traffic, because I've got to go through the town centre. Or I might try and like weave around the town centre. The car's okay to drive, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, so I'm trying to minimise how much it's spent like idle and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. Otherwise, I had a bit of a lie-in this morning. My next exam is not tomorrow, but the Wednesday after. So I've got plenty of time to do revision. I've just got to make sure that I do it, which is why I'm going to the library. And it's not why I'm going to the library. I don't want to come all the way back here and then have to go all the way back out again in order to go get the car. If it was nicer weather and I could longboard, I might do that. But no, it's go time. The traffic is horrendous, but I can't leave it much later since I said, well, oh dear. You might be like, oh, I said bring it at 9, but the traffic, mate. I didn't want to leave it. I didn't want to drive it too long. I'm probably going to have to like snake there instead of like going down the motorway and stuff, so. I feel like this is going to be quite a difficult thing to do. Like, first, it's 10 past. Traffic's horrendous. But like, it's not, there's nothing obviously wrong with it. And there's no warning lights, there's no like, it's not making a noise, but when you get into like 3rd or 4th gear, it stutters. I think it revs slightly higher when it's idle, but it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong with it, which is what's strange, I think. It's not like last time I took it round where it was literally kangarooing and like I had to fucking, if I didn't hold it on the revs, it would sit and it would like bounce on the suspension and all that kind of stuff. It is more like only really happens like when you get into 4th gear and like above 20 mile an hour. So it's, I don't know. I'm scared of him just going, all right, well, cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's spark plugs, so it does this like rolling idle where it's like it's fine, it goes and then it just kind of goes ooh like that, but there's no more revs or anything. So I think it is that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I want him to say. Well, I don't know. I don't think I want him to say it's all in your head. But it's definitely not in my head. That's the it's definitely not in my head, but I feel like it's going to be difficult to prove it. Here's the question: do we go the motorway or do we wiggle? I think we wiggle. I think, like, you're almost guaranteed the wiggle will be fine-ish. So we'll do that, I think. No, like, now I'm out of traffic, it definitely, it's wrong. There's something wrong with it. Hopefully I can demo this to him outside of traffic on White Ladies Road. I don't know, maybe not. I'm hoping. You have to, it's like as soon as it gets above 20 mile an hour, it starts doing it. Oh man, come on car, get me there. I know every time it does it, it's doing damage. That's the problem. Oh yeah, the it's got no power. I'm just going up some of the hills. I'm in like 3rd gear, foot to the floor, and it's just not moving. Oh man, are you parked or are you actually driving about, mate? I don't think you're driving about. I think I can go around you, but I think there's a car in front of you. This is not very good. Put it this way, I don't think this would get up the hills in Bath. So just put it like that, you know what I mean? It does mean there's a pretty big hill in front of me and I'm not going to go that way because that is not going to get up there basically. Why can I park the let's traffic round? God damn. Here. Yeah, a car can get around me there. Still hanging in traffic, but this time on Gloucester Road. Halfway, I think. Well, no, as soon as I get past this bit, or as soon as I get off Gloucester Road, I'm on like back roads then, and there's no traffic. Oh, car, so poorly. Very little worse. Like, I don't know what I'd prefer, to think that I'm poorly or to think the car's poorly. Because, I mean, both, I know it's, I feel so sorry for it. And the more that I drag it about, I know the more it's going to be damaged. Oh, come on, car. We need to find a closer garage. We really do. Let's drop the car off. It is what it looks like. It could be the engine coil. Yeah, spark plugs or spark leads. Apparently most modern cars don't have spark leads. Not that I fucking know what a spark lead is, but my car does have a spark lead. Typical. So it's probably going to be spark plugs, spark leads. It could be the engine coil, but the engine coil normally triggers the management light, and the management light, like I say, isn't on. So he gets into it and he's immediately like, this no, yeah, it's misfiring all the time, and I'm like, oh, is it? I only noticed the big misfires, like the misfires that were at the kind of level that the Fiat was misfiring, whereas that is misfiring like almost constantly apparently. So he's the mechanic, he knows what he's doing. I like this garage. He's really good. I just drove him around the block and he like diagnosed it for us. So hopefully it won't be too long. He says like all of the parts and stuff, he'll just do it. And he'll get back to me. I think he recognises the fact that I've done it before. So this was the problem I had with the Fiat Punto, and it's just fucking happened to me again. I'm cursed, I really am. God damn it. Anyway, Sainsbury's, let's try and get an umbrella. It's not raining heavily. It's like a nice, well, not a nice, it's a light misty rain, which doesn't seem to get you wet. But I could try and get an umbrella anyway because I need one. Good time to walk into this Sainsbury's and then walking back for my shopping. Blimey, it's such a small shop as well. I had some umbrellas, but they're like £8 for a shitty one. So I'd rather go to House Fraser and get a nice one for a little bit more money. But that's by the by. We're going to head to the University of Bristol Library. Which one should we break into today? I have access to one of them, but it's a shit library. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to the Computer Science Library, which is a little bit better. It's not much better. Getting rained on. There's a problem with universities that don't have one big library, is that like all of the little ones aren't very good. UWE's library is pretty good. I like UWE's library. Main campus UWE library. It's bigger than Bath's, but they're also a bigger university, so they need it. And I bet it's not big enough either. I don't think any university has a big enough library actually. Maybe a distributed library system is better for that kind of thing. Imagine that Bristol University is also going through its exams, so you've also got that problem that I'm contending with. A lot of people wanted to use the libraries and whatnot, but all I need is a little corner for me to put my little laptop down. I can do some work. I don't even need a power plug, I don't think, because my Surface is fully charged. And it'll last me at least till lunch, at the very least. Probably longer actually, because I'm not really doing much per se. It's not like I'm writing my dissertation, which actually requires a semi-decent amount of processing power. I also don't really know where I'm going, so I'm just kind of walking towards the library, the university, and then I'll figure it out. And I was saying that if we were to move house, we're not intended on moving house anytime soon, but if we were, and like when we first buy a house, we'll look around this area, around Gloucester Road area. It's just like being so close to White Ladies Road, Gloucester Road, town, really good. It's just a really good place. It's also got really good price tags, you know what I mean? And to remember where Computer Science Building was so I could use their library. And it's in Queen's Building, but I don't remember. I thought I went into here and decided it wasn't here. I remember, it's because I thought this building behind me was Queen's Building, but that's Queen's Building there. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, God. Queen's Building, this way, correct? Correct, Amundo, Mr. Sign? Yeah! This place is deader than Bath. Why is it so quiet? I know I'm going now, I remember. I've equally gone all the way around the houses like I did the first time I was looking for it as well. What pleb? Supposed to work in that building, so I'm going to walk up to this door and expect it to open. What do you think? What are our chances? Just want somewhere warm to sit. Open, you bastard. Fucking red flags are going everywhere. CCTV is on my ass at the moment. God damn. Anyway, let's go. The library's too full. There's like there's no space to work. Do I bite the bullet and go home? He thinks I'm probably best off trying to find a lecture theatre, coffee shop of sorts. I feel bad for like getting a drink in a coffee shop and then sitting there for 2 hours. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a bit excessive. Like at what point do they then expect you to buy another drink? Because they're never gonna, I don't know, I feel bad about it. Something I've never done, you see. Should we try this building? This building's got a lot of like free space. Well, it did when I was looking, when no one was fucking in the libraries. Let's try this building, one last try. Last building I checked before someone fucking questions me, you know? You know what? I think I might be onto something. Hopefully. Pretty good place to come and do work. Internet's not ridiculously fast. Well, it's not edge-your-own based, but it's not to be shaking a stick at. I just connected to Bath's VPN and then happily away. Tip, always connect to VPNs if you're on public networks. Just had lunch with Laura and it doesn't look like it's going to be fixed. They said they've done stuff to it, but it's still misfiring, so they're back at like diagnostic stage. I'm getting pretty bored and or hungry, so I'm gonna head over to the bus stop, get the bus home and stuff. Should I plan for another bus later on or not? Like, I don't know whether it's gonna be, well, if they're diagnosing it, it means it's gonna be something weirder, harder to spot, so I'm gonna assume it's not gonna be done today. That's why I'm heading home. And I'm also quite bored, and I like, you know, pretty bored, want to go home, I'm hungry, I've got lunch at home, I'm going home. I've talked myself into it. If I have to come back, then I lose some time, you know, I have to rush back over. Ready? Oh no, it's a bit windy. Fuck's sake, car's fixed. I've only just started bloody cooking up my pizza again. Oh. Made it. God damn. Bus took forever, but I've walked here for the rest of the way. Now to pick up my car. Where are you? Where are you, car? Where are you? She's back, and she's ever so good to me. And time jump, ladies and gentlemen. It's bedtime. Got the car back. We had some dinner, and then we went off shopping. We're doing shopping on a Tuesday, and then otherwise came back, sorted the bins out. That's about it, really. Lol. And it's now bedtime. I'm pretty pooped as well, to be honest with you. It's been a long day of hanging about, but now tomorrow we can launch into group coursework. stuff, which is not group coursework, revision, lots and lots of revision. But yeah, otherwise I've got no plans tomorrow, so should be a fun day. Oh, I'm really tired, I don't know why though. Oh god. I'll catch you later. Oh, the car, by the way, was spark plugs and spark leads. One of the spark leads had the rubber from inside it had slipped down and covered the spark plug, which meant it was really difficult because basically there was a big chunk of rubber rattling about in the engine as well. The pressure was apparently not too good, which is why it took a little bit longer than they thought it would to fix, but that's life. Either way, it wasn't too expensive. The lead pack was the most expensive part of it, which caught us out a little bit, but otherwise all good in the hood. I'll catch you later.